Life can get very hard very quickly. Sickness, job layoff, loss of loved ones, breaking up with people that we love. The list of things that can go wrong is endless. And when you're going through such tough times, it is very natural to look at life and say, why is all this happening to me? Why is life treating me in such an unfair manner? But there are other times when we are surrounded by happiness. We feel that nothing could ever go wrong. We feel that we are on top of the world. We feel life is shining down on us with all its might. So, which is it? Is life fair? If we do the right things, are we destined to get the right outcomes? Or is life unfair, where we are bound to face misery and suffering? In this video, I'll be answering this important question. So, let's get started. So, the big question, is life unfair? My answer, no, it's not unfair. So, naturally, the next big question, is life fair then? My answer, no again. According to me, you should view life as neither fair nor unfair. Because if you live with any of these assumptions, there is a very high chance that life will end up disappointing you. Why? Let me explain. Let's say your perspective is that life is fair. If that is how you are viewing your life, you would expect everything to occur in an appropriate and fair manner. And anybody who has lived for any decent amount of time knows that you cannot expect that from life. If that was the case, everybody would be happy with their appraisals at work. But you know otherwise. All of us would know a colleague who didn't deserve the raise they got, but they got it in spite of that. So, if you are expecting fairness in such scenarios, you are in for a misery ride. Some people have less aesthetic appeal than others. Now that definitely puts them at a disadvantage in certain avenues of life. Some people have more intelligence than others. That puts them at an advantage in other avenues. And if you don't understand this and expect life to be fair, you're in for disappointment and agony. Now, let's say that your perspective is life is unfair. What happens in that case? All of us know that talents and fortunes are distributed disproportionately into the population. Same is the case with misfortunes. Same is the case with illness. But if you have a view that life is unfair because of this disproportionate distribution, you would find it really difficult to go through your days. If something is going wrong in your life, you will feel life is intentionally doing it to you. You will feel like a victim. And that is not a good strategy to live your life. Now, I don't know anything about you. And I don't mean to downplay your suffering. You might be going through something very harsh. My intention is not to belittle that. Instead, what I mean to say is that looking at life in black and white is not a very good strategy. If your base premise in life is that life is unfair, then you would look at everything in your life through that lens. And you would feel so out of control in your own life. You might even say to yourself, life is being so unfair to me. Why do anything then? What good is ever going to come out of it? Now, if we shouldn't view life as either fair or unfair, how should we view it then? What should our perspective be in this regard? Based on my observations in life, based on the sufferings that I have endured, based on the joys that I have experienced, the best way to conceptualize life in terms of its fairness would be to compare it to that card game poker. When you play poker, the dealer shuffles the pack of cards and distributes 2 cards to every single player. Now, you don't have any control over the cards that you are going to get. It is random. And in my view, that is how life is mostly. Random. In most parts, you don't have control over what you get. Like the way you look. You don't have a lot of control over that. The family that you were born into. No control over that too. But though you have no control over the cards you get in a given hand, you get to choose how you will play that hand. Nobody gets to control that but you. You have 100% control over how you will play your hands. A good poker player knows that. He does not say, a bad hand once again. Now I am going to sit and cry. No, they act accordingly. They try to salvage something from that bad hand. And if nothing works, they try to minimize the damage that they incur. And then they get ready to play the next hand. Maybe this time they will get a good set of cards. And they will have an opportunity to maximize this hand in their favor. And that is how I want you to view your life. A game of poker. which consists of several different hands that you will have to play simultaneously. Life won't be fair and give you the best cards all the time. Someone seated next to you might have better cards than you. Like I said before, you really won't have any control over the cards that you are dealt with. But you have 100% control over the way you will be playing your hands. And the best we can do is take responsibility of the way we have been playing our hands and make sure in the future we play them in our best interest. In this way, instead of feeling victimized by life, we have a chance to take control as much as possible. I hope this message finds you in good spirits. I hope you will take 100% responsibility for the way in which you play your hands. All the best to you. I am glad you stayed till the end. If you took something away from the video, do press the like button. And if you haven't done already, hit subscribe. Until next time, this is your friend John, signing off.